the SABC Reporter Tebogo Phakedi and video journalist Phillip Modutloa. They visited farmers in Tlakgameng in the Dr. Ruth Segomotso Mompati district and spoke to farmers whose farms were recently advertised by government for the 30-year leases.
Thank you very much. Greetings to you and the viewers at home. We are in Morokweng village. This is in Dr. Ruth Segomotso Mompati in the Northwest Province, where you would find farmers who allege that the farms that they have been working on are part of the farms that are advertised to be leased for 30 years. You remember, this comes after Minister of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, Tokodidiza, announced last month that more than 700 farms will be leased for 30 years to potential farmers who've been farming for some time, if I can say that. And you would know that Northwest is leading with the bigger hectares, that is 300,000 hectares here in the Northwest, and of course with more than 300 farms being advertised. However, there is a concern that some of the farms that are advertised to be leased are already occupied, and the question is, how can the department miss on this, that these farms are occupied and there are farmers who are working on them? I have with me one of the farmers who is saying his farm is one of those on this list. Thank you very much for talking to us. If you can just introduce yourself and tell us more about your farm. You are saying that your farm is part of the list that is advertised for these farms to be leased. Your concerns regarding that?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Vincent Titis. I'm farming on Block B, portion 250, portion 34, on the farm state land. I'm farming for 25 years on that farm, and this farm is one of the farms that is being advertised, and I'm totally not happy about that, because I did receive a lease contract October to sign for the 30 years contract, but unfortunately I didn't agree with the terms and conditions of this contract. So from then, from that state, they just advertised the farm. If I can just put you a bit back, my previous contract expires on 2018, and that lease contract I've paid 21,000 per annum. But this one I was supposed to pay 58,000. So my question was, why the huge difference between the 2 or 3 years that I have to pay so much? So then I questioned the office. So what the office was telling me is that the valuation was done by the municipality, but unfortunately none of the municipality evaluators was on the farm to go and value the farm. So I don't know what criteria did they really use. So I'm not happy about that. So the problem is with us black farmers, we are so desperate for farming. So whenever you get a chance to grab a contract, most of them just sign. They not even read the contract. So and this advertisement will cause a lot of friction between the farmers, because I don't think they will allow somebody else to go and farm on their farm. Or if they can remove me, maybe they can put me somewhere else at a better place, because that farm, the conditions on that farm is so bad. That farm is from the Baputatswana's time, and since then, for this past 25 years, our new government have done nothing on the farm. All the developments, all the changes on that farm is from our pockets. Yes.
And you raise quite an important point there, saying land reform stated that we increased the amount because the municipality has evaluated the farm, of which, according to you, that actually never happened. What does this say, particularly when we look at the lack of auditing when we go to these farms? The department increased the price to 50,000, saying the municipality has been evaluating your farm, which was never the case. What does that say to you?
I think they don't do their work proper. That's the problem. They just fill in, or they just come in to mark, register, and they are gone. Yes. Yeah.
But then where to from now? We understand that a lot of people will obviously be applying for these farms as they are advertised, rightfully so, and you have raised your concerns. Where to from now?
I think the minister, I know the closing date is on the 16th. I think they must just consider this, because it will cause, as I'm saying previously, it will cause a lot of problem. They've never approached me in my problems I have, but they just advertise the farm. So I think the departments must make a plan to go out to the farms and look out to the farms. For us who are farming, we are emerging, not emerging farmers. We have grown from emerging to commercial farmers. So I think it will cause a lot of problems.
Thank you very much, sir. That was Vincent Titus, one of the farmers here in Dr. Ruth Segomotso Mompati, stating there that there was no communication before their farms could be included on the list. Yes, these are state-owned farms. However, he is saying that he's been farming on his farm for over 25 years. There has not been any communication from land reform. Even the farm on itself is not maintained, as he states that he has to use his own money to maintain his farm. To his surprise, this farm has been included on many farms that will now be leased for over 30 years. We did talk to some of the farmers who share the same sentiments with him, and this is what they had to say.
They will cause war. We will not leave these farms. No one who has been breeding cattle can just agree to leave the farm and go to the streets. We were not told that our farms would be advertised. We just saw on papers that my farm is up for lease and anyone can apply. The government did not alert us. That confused and terrified us. Where are we going to take our livestock?
This clearly shows that lack of auditing at these particular farms is a concern. This is showing that the Department of Land Reform has advertised these farms allegedly without communicating with the existing occupants. And of course, this raises another question of those who are farm dwellers. What is going to happen? We've seen several stories that we have done before where farm dwellers are also demanding services at different farms. What is going to happen when people who have been farming on this farm for more than 2 decades have to be removed, or perhaps they will sign new contracts, of which, as our first guest mentioned there, that they are not quite happy with the terms and conditions of those contracts. However, this is one of the questions that is not only affecting the Northwest province, but several provinces, where people are saying that they have been occupying the farms, working on the farms for many years, but to their surprise, without any communication, these farms have been advertised for leasing. Back to you in studio.